Every day of our lives, we're faced with a decision: what to wear. Unless you live in isolation or in a different culture, then every day when you wake up, you have to dress yourself. How you do this greatly influences many aspects of your life that you might not realize. Today, we're going to look at a few examples of how clothes influence life by exploring the relationship between uniforms and power. First off, let's unpack those two words. A uniform is an outfit usually required to be worn and is the same, or uniform, for a whole group of people. Power is a bit harder to define, but its meaning closely is related to control and ability in a given situation. So what does what you wear have to do with control in everyday situations? When you dress up for a special occasion and look nice, you control others' perception of you. Dressing nice in social situations makes you look organized and in control of your appearance, and therefore in control of your life. Uniforms, however, take the responsibility of dressing oneself away and maintains an appearance of order and power, even if in reality there isn't any. But wait, not all uniforms give power. Some uniforms take it away. Where clothes like those that police wear grant power, uniforms like those for schools or prisons take power from the wearer by removing both the choice of what to wear in addition to the ability to express oneself. The ability to disguise yourself by putting on a symbol can be both empowering and disempowering. In a sense, uniforms represent an alternate state of being or identity by using symbols to categorize people into different social roles. The infamous Stanford Prison Experiment is one example of how people can put on or wear social roles like they do clothing. In the experiment, volunteers were randomly split into groups of guards and prisoners. The uniform of the prisoners in the study was a dress, meant to create the same sense of humiliation that goes along with real prisoners who have had the ability to dress themselves taken away. The guards all had the same uniform, which included khakis and reflective sunglasses. These outfits may not seem like they influence one's personality, but from the start of the experiment, the participants began to adopt the social role of their clothing and of their environment. Some prisoners broke down crying during the experiment. Others tried to escape and overthrow the guards, who themselves had developed an authoritative personality and regularly abused their position and punished prisoners, stripping them naked, taking their beds, even making sure that there was infighting to keep them divided. These outfits, the roles they represent, and the isolation led to the change in personality of many participants, and the inhuman treatments that resulted prompted Philip Zimbardo to stop the experiment after he got into a huge fight with his girlfriend. The troubling findings of the experiment led Philip Zimbardo to begin research on what makes a hero in society, as well as to create the Heroic Imagination Project, or HIP. A convention center, however, already has tons of heroes. Well, cosplayers. Psychologist Robin Rosenberg writes that on an encounter with cosplayers, she found that the costumes reportedly make the wearer feel differently. A superhero costume gives a sense of confidence and acts as a constant reminder of who you want to be rather than who you are. There's an ancient Native American story from the Tewa tribe where a girl casts aside her gender roles and becomes a warrior when she puts on a mask. In this instance, a costume or mask allows you to break free from your designated social roles and take on a new purpose in life. One character who can often be seen to change their social role through clothing is Count Olaf from A Series of Unfortunate Events. In each episode of the Netflix series, or in each book, Count Olaf uses a different disguise in order to try and get the Baudelaire fortune. His disguises always manage to fool the adults in the story, and using just costumes, becomes a captain, a doctor, a gym teacher, and more. By looking the part, Count Olaf seizes the power of costume and uniforms to take control of dozens of situations. The show comically depicts the problem with seeing people's social roles and uniforms rather than their person by having only the Baudelaires recognize his true identity. Where Count Olaf uses the power of uniforms to carry out his schemes, we can also harness the power that clothes have to offer. The reboot of the television show Queer Eye follows the Fab Five through the lives of people who have little style and are in need of a change. Their goal in each episode is to give the person a complete makeover, starting by boosting their confidence, to getting them a new wardrobe, cutting their hair, and getting them out of their comfort zone so that by the end of the episode, they are a completely different and happier person. Likewise, the way all of us dress can impact how confident we feel, how we act, and how the world sees us when we go out each day. In a way, everything we wear is a costume that represents us as individuals, and if we change what we wear and how people perceive us, then we can change ourselves.